Welcome back, guys. We're on day 15. So we're halfway through our 30-day daily movement challenge. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're feeling the benefits of it already. Today we're going to do some gentle stretching. So if you want to grab your yoga strap or the strap of a dressing gown if you don't have one, a yoga block maybe or a cushion, and then let's go ahead and get onto the mat. So grab that strap and come into a neutral standing position, nice and strong, and slide your arms out just about shoulder width along that strap. Reach your arms up and over your head, let your shoulders relax down, maintain that neutral alignment as you reach your arms over your head, all the way down to your hips and back up. So you can adjust the position of your hands along that strap to suit you, so that you are not breaking your arms, that you're able to make the whole movement without straining, but also that you're feeling a stretch. So you want to feel that probably in the front of the arms and chest, around your shoulders. And let's take that in a diagonal movement. So right arm up, left arm down. Our chest still faces forwards as we do that. And go the opposite way. And one more pair just like that. Now we'll just go one more through center. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Oh, take a second just to really enjoy that sweet spot of the stretch. And then back up and over. Lovely. All right. So we can leave that strap down. Just loosen out your shoulders a little bit. We'll loosen up our neck as well. Let the chin nod down toward your chest. Let it sweep up past the right shoulder, back down and up past the left one. And then bring the chin back into center. Now you're still looking down. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Reach your arms up and interlace your fingers. Apply gentle pressure on the back of your head. You're directing a gentle pull away from forwards, let's say, in the direction that you're standing, that you're facing. Now you might even maintain that as you gently turn your head to the right. If it feels good, it needs to feel nice. Gently back into center, turning your head to the left. And then back into center. And bringing your head back up. Your arms down by your side. Okay, let's just loosen up the hip joints from yesterday. And all right, balancing on the left leg. Let's just circle from the hip. Twice in each direction will do. Let's go to the other side. And reverse it. Balancing on that left leg, hug the right knee in towards your chest. And return that foot to the floor. Other side. Okay, let's do one more of those. All right, let's come down onto our hands and knees now. And from there, we're going to come right down onto our tummy. So just ease yourself down, and if you think you're going to need some support under your hips here, just grab a little, just a folded up towel. It only needs to be folded 2 or 3 times. All right, now from here, you can make a pillow with your left hand. Turn your head and just rest it on that. And bring the pubic bone towards your chin. So your abdominals are drawing away from the floor. You're going to bend your right knee, reach back and catch that. So if you can't catch it, use the strap to bridge the gap. Or maybe you could hold on to your trousers and just draw that foot in toward your glute. So without dumping into your low back, okay? So your abdominals are engaged enough to stabilize the pelvis in a neutral position. So you should feel like you're kind of tucking the tailbone under a little bit. And that will allow you to get into the front of that hip and into your thigh. Gently releasing that then, and you can go to the other side. So again, use the strap if you need to. Abdominals engaged, drawing the pubic bone toward the chin. And you're just allowing yourself to soften into that. Become aware of how much resistance there is there to that stretch. And when you acknowledge it, then you might be able to release it a little, soften into it. And then releasing that. Now just take your hands to the side of your chest, or actually up beside your head maybe. For Cobra, we're going to just relax the shoulders down away from the ears, slightly draw those toward each other. Pubic bone toward the chin, abdominals engaged. Lift your head, heels turn out and extend up. Now that might be enough for some of you. Come all the way up if you feel comfortable doing that. And then gently back down again. Now we're going to stay down here, turn your head to the right and keep your pelvis low to the floor and extend your right leg out to the side, that's it. And then bending that knee. Now so our head is turned to the right, our right leg is out. How does that feel? You know, it might, for some of you, that just might feel totally fine, and others, maybe you're cramping a little. I am actually at the moment. So you just need to allow yourself to relax into that. Soften into it. And then you could take your right hand to the floor, and we're going to extend up again. So abdominals engage, and we extend up. Lowering that, extend the leg, so straighten it again, sweep it back in under the hip. We're going to the other side. Hips stay low, stay close to the floor. Leg is extended. Breathing into that stretch. Bending that knee. Notice how you feel here. Perhaps you need to soften into it. And then when you're ready, extending up on that left arm, abdominals engaged. And then gently releasing again. Straighten that left leg and then sweep it back down under the hip again. Bend your knees, push yourself up and just glide back. On your next exhale, step your right leg forwards. Okay, so with a long spine, maybe the floor seems a bit far away and you're really rounding your back. So you could rest on your yoga blocks here if you have them with you. We're going to just glide back and forwards, glide back and forwards very gently. Okay, very gently back into the glutes. So just one more. And now we're going to take our hand to the inside of that leg and just walk the leg out a little bit, out to the right. Hand is on the inside and now we glide back and forward. So we're making a little bit more space in around the hip joint, in around the groin. releasing that. We're going to switch legs. Gliding forward and back, and we're keeping the sole of that foot on the floor. Working toward a long spine. Okay, now we're going to step that leg out to the left a little as we bring the left hand to the inside of that leg. And again, glide back and forwards, creating a little bit more space in around that hip. All right, now staying here, we should have done this on the other side too actually, but I forgot. So just staying here in this position, your weight just over that ankle. Now lift that front heel, start to pivot. That's it. And straightening. Now we're working into the inside of this right leg, straightening that leg, flexing the foot, and back again, gliding back. Pivot and work into that rotation toward it. So you tune into your body and just sense your way through the movement. See what feels good for you. Trust yourself. We go for one more. So as you begin to loosen up, it might feel nice to rotate toward that leg or across it to the other side. Your last one. And then we're going to go back to the other side. Okay, so we step the right foot forwards again. Now remember, we're scooching it out to the right a little, so the right arm is on the inside. We glide back and forward, keeping the sole of the foot on the floor. And then we glide back now. Sorry, I'm going to have my back to you, aren't I? So we lift that heel, we pivot. It might be no harm for you to see it from this angle. And we straighten that left leg, flex the foot. And then we pivot back around again. Sit, gliding back. Pivot and sense your way into that stretch then. So maybe it feels nice for you to begin to rotate or to lean a little bit further from your hip, right, toward that straight left leg. So you decide what feels nice to you. You're just leaning gently toward a stretch. We've got one more. All right. Come down to a seated position. Extend both legs out in front, in line with your hips. Bend the left knee, so externally rotated, bend the knee and slide the foot in, sole of the foot in line with that right leg. And then reach the arms up. Hinge forward from your hips, so your abdominals engage here to support a neutral spine, and you bring your hands down to the floor or to the leg somewhere. You're not trying to reach the foot at all costs or anything here. You have a strap. What you're trying to do is keep the neutral spine and hinge from the hip as you work into the back of that leg. So we're not rounding. So breathing into it. Sometimes it feels quite nice to just gently rotate the leg from the hip. Internal rotation, external rotation. I find for me, it really helps to loosen things up a little bit there, and then allows me to go a little bit deeper. Gently release that, sitting all the way back up again, and switch over. So externally rotate that right leg, slide it in. Now you're sitting upright on your sits bones. So if you feel like you're falling back or you're rounding, then you need to elevate your hips. So grab a cushion and sit yourself up. So reaching up nice and tall, hinging forward from the hip, your abdominals engaged, supporting your back, either using your strap or just placing your hands on the floor or holding onto your leg. Breathing into that. I'm going for movement with this one. And then holding, breathing into it, softening into it, and gently back up again. Take your hands behind your hips, your feet out in front, knees bent. Take the feet wide now, wider than your mat, and let the left leg fall in, and then the right one fall in, left one fall in, and the right one fall in. So do it slow and steady, you're not forcing. So let's just let both legs drop down into the 90-90 position, and we'll sit upright and then gliding forward from the hip, using the arms to support here, just sliding forwards, breathing into the hip and then back up again. We'll let our legs come down to the right in the 90-90 position, abdominals engaged, long spine hinging forward from the hip, hands supporting, resting on the floor. Breathing into that right hip. Coming back up again and over to the left. Exhaling back up and over to the right. Take one more deep breath here. And then gently extend back up again. All right, I hope that you're feeling a little bit looser now, a little bit more freed up. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care. Thank you very much for joining.